And the George Kell Motor Company player of the game, Jordan Neal, into the box. And Jordan, of course, a senior running back and also a defensive player for us. And a huge night for the football Greyhounds. And talk a little bit about that, Jordan. Tell us a little bit about the night. It was the last football game that you could possibly play as a Newport Greyhound.
Well, I just want to say everybody came out hungry. They didn't want it to be their last game. And I know us seniors didn't. That's what we stressed to each and every one. If they didn't do anything, just play for us because we not ready. We're not ready to go home. We're not ready to pack our things.
Yeah, when you get in the playoffs, it's do or die. I mean, you win, you advance, you survive and advance. If you lose, you go home. Talk a little bit about this Mayflower bunch. I mean, we look like we had this thing pretty well in control most of the way. And talk a little bit about that football team. How good were those guys?
They're good.
They're good, aren't they?
Number 3 and number 1, they were actually brothers.
Right.
And number 3, he's a hard runner. A hard runner.
Yeah, he certainly was. And all right, let's do this. Let's get to your game. Boy, what's the play where we just hand the football and you just go right up the middle? A little trap play. We got a guard pulling.
That's actually my favorite play. Is Black Titan.
Is that right?
I ask Coach all the time. Black Titan. Black Titan. That's my favorite play.
Black Titan, and that's what it's called.
Yes, sir.
Boy, and I tell you what, you get a good little. It's a little quick trap, and it's right up the gut, and then you finish those plays off very well when you get in the secondary. Nothing like putting points on the board, but boy, you're real good on the defensive side too. Talk a little bit about your defense, how the defense is played all year long, not just tonight, but talk a little bit about tonight and the whole year.
Well, first of all, I don't think any team can run up the middle against us because we got Darrell and Deshaun. They love to tackle.
Yes,
and then we got me and Bert on the outside, which me and Bert, we're basically veterans at that position because I've been playing that position. Like, I played Bert position in my sophomore year all the way through my senior year. And Bert, he's played that since last year.
Right.
So we really know that position.
Pretty solid at those two positions also. And, of course, got a front four, and y'all have got a great mix. Got a small senior class. There's not a lot of you guys. There's 6, 7 of you. But it's a good senior class. And we got a lot of youngsters that play with us, a lot of sophomores, especially in the offensive line. Talk a little bit about that class. Talk about sophomores.
One sophomore I like to talk about is Garrett Body. He shows up.
He does, doesn't he?
He shows up for us. He's really stepped up to the plate this year because we put him in. Dawson got hurt, and we put Garrett in, and he's really produced for the team. He
has done well, and the team has produced. And here's what I got to ask you. We're in the playoffs. We win a game. We won 9 football games this year. Compare the feeling that you've got tonight to where we were last year when we didn't get a chance to get in and do this. It's a lot better feeling. Compare those feelings.
I just feel like last year we had more in us, but we didn't come out and prove it. And this year, I feel like we got more to prove from last year.
Well, there's no doubt about it that we're in the playoffs. It's a surviving. I've always said, and I've done this for a long, long time, you survive and advance. It doesn't matter how you do it. It doesn't have to be pretty. You just got to find a way to win, And it's the road to the rock, as I like to call it, and try to get to Little Rock, Arkansas to win a state championship. And that's the goal of every high school football team, and a lot of teams don't get to do that. But let me tell you what, you can't do that until you get in the playoffs, and you can't do that unless you win in the first round of the playoffs. So we'll be on the road next week at Harding Academy, and good luck to you the rest of the way. I expect that we'll have several more games that we can talk, and hopefully I'll get you back up here, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Jordan Neal, player of the game, and what a job this senior has done for the Newport Greyhounds. He has been outstanding on and off the field, and we're very proud of this young man. A very happy press box, and what an interview with Jordan Neal there, Coach. But Coach Mark Hinsley, first of all, congratulations on yours and your team first playoff victory. It was an exciting night to be a Greyhound.
It was, and I've been talking about it everywhere I go. We sat down in the off season, talked about the season we had last year, and we didn't. That's not who we are. It's not what we do. Went to the off season, went to the summer, and all we talked about was the goals we wanted. And to see kids fight for what they initially wanted, man, it's a great feeling because this team deserves everything they get.
You've got a bunch of guys that work at it. You can just see during the game, because you cannot not prepare during the week and then come and play on Friday night. You have to prepare all week, and obviously our kids are well prepared.
And I appreciate you saying that, because it's like I say all the time, we have athletes, and everybody knows that. Yes, we do. But the little aspect that I wanted to be paired with that athleticism is working hard, being gritty, playing the game the way it's supposed to be played. And if you can do that paired with athleticism, maybe who knows? Who knows how far we'll go?
I noticed when the other team is on offense, and they come out in the formation, and then we're in a particular set call. I watch our kids talk to each other in the secondary, and then I see Alberto Garcia point back to the cornerback or the safety guy, and that's by him. So okay, now here they're in this right here.
Yeah.
Those guys communicate, and so those are the things that you've taught them, and they'll just come up with that. Those are the things that you guys all week have said. Look, guys, when they do this and this happens, this is what you've got to do, and our kids have learned what to do.
And I totally give them all the credit. Continuity has a lot to do with it.
Right.
Berto's a second guy. Jordan's been with me forever. O'Shea. I mean, the continuity has a lot to do with it. But they are smart football players. They really are. They understand, because I preach leverage all the time, man. I almost preach it so much I know they get sick of it. And we talk about tackling, low zone tackling, come to balance so you don't run past the ball. And, we talk about these things. But when you see it happening in a game, man, it's special. Because, I talk about those things all the time. And when you see them actually happen on the field, it's a great feeling as a coach, because they do understand it and they work hard at it. And and I talk about it all the time. The 11 guys that we put on defense sometimes aren't the fastest, sometimes aren't the biggest. They're the guys that I trust, and that I know that can understand what I'm talking about and do it at a fast pace and fast level, and those guys do it for us, man. They really do.
Well, you got to have a lot of mechanics, and you got to know where to line up, and you got to know what to expect. But then again, you got to execute.
Yeah.
You got to execute the game plan, and defensively, we just continue. And I know we talk so much about defense. You're the defensive coordinator. We talk so much about how well these guys prepare, and they take their preparation and with that plan, and they utilize that plan.
You know what? And not to get too much in our scheme, but the thing that we always talk about is making the ball bounce. And as a D lineman, you make the ball bounce.
Right.
You don't let the ball get run in the middle. You make it bounce. And if you can make the ball bounce to those outside guys, and we've got two of the best in this conference.
Sure.
At Jordan Neal and Berto Garcia.
Yeah.
And when those guys set the new sideline and they don't let the ball get outside of them, they work hard at that. And if you make the ball bounce, there's just those little alleyways that our guys are going to run through.
Right.
And man, I'm telling you, when you see it really happen on the field or happen on tape, it is a thing of beauty. It's really special.
Want to look ahead because it's a huge football game. It's our ninth victory. Victory. We're going to be on the road. We're going to be at Harding University, playing Harding Academy. Playing at any university is a big-time field, a big-time press box, big-time facilities, and looking forward to the challenge. But each and every week in the playoffs, you're going to have a challenge, and you've got to face good football teams, and we're going to face a good football team tonight.
I'm telling you, that's a great – it's
Absolutely.
What we talk to the kids about is, when you get to the playoffs, half the teams have packed their stuff.
Right.
Now another half have packed their stuff.
That's right.
So every week the challenge is just going to get greater. Your preparation has to be better. You can't make foolish penalties. You can't put the ball on the ground. And those little things that hopefully the kids are learning, and you can see it. They really are. Because the way they played last week and how they did not want to have that happen again. So, if we can clean up our penalties and we can, keep the ball in our hands, we're going to be tough to play with.
Hey, I think we are too, and like our team. I've always liked our team. I haven't got to watch near as much practice. Matter of fact, I'd like to come, at least once a week, and I just hadn't done it this year. Just hadn't really felt like doing it, to tell you the truth. But it's not that my heart hadn't been in it, because my heart's always in it. And I missed the touchdown lunches, but I'm excited about the direction of this program. I kept telling you last year I was excited about what you brought to this team and what you brought to the program and to the community, and I knew it would pay off.
Yeah.
And most of the times you don't have to say it pays off in victories, because I think it paid off many, many dividends last year and the victories didn't add up.
Right.
This is just kind of a byproduct of what we've been working on for a couple of years.
Yeah, and you don't want to say plant the seed, but everything has a purpose.
Sure.
Everything that we do, everything that we say really does have a purpose, and that's what I'm saying is I keep talking about off season and summer, but it has so much to do with our culture and our expectations that we as coaches and the community has put on on us as far as what we expect from this team. And man, they're really carrying the torch on that. They really are, and they're working hard for it, and they have a purpose right now. And man, we're playing great ball.
Great night to be a Greyhound, and I'll tell all the Greyhound fans that may or may not know, our inside little scoop right here is after the night I only have 4 envelopes left in my car, so you and I know what that means. Congratulations, my friend. I am so excited for Mark Hinesley and the Newport Greyhounds.
Well, I appreciate you. Thank you.